Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey, good morning. My name is Marcus Solar. I want to thank you all for joining us this morning for the webinar on Retirement Analyzer, the software program we use for retirement income planning here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services. I want to put a special thank you out to Brooke Thomas and Steve Goldstein for joining us this morning. Before we get started, we have a lot of information to cover this morning. One thing I want to throw out there before we do get started is because of the vast amount of information we're going to be covering within the software package today. If you do have questions as we go along, please feel free to go ahead and type those in. We will try to answer those as we go. But again, thank you for joining us this morning. You are on a webinar this morning with Insurance Agency Marketing Services. My name again is Marcus Solar. I am one of the annuity directors here at Insurance Agency Marketing. We have been in business now for over 30 years. We are an independent marketing organization out of Omaha, Nebraska. And I want to cover some of our value add propositions that we help our advisors with real quick before we get started into the software program this morning. We do have the Insurance Agency Marketing Services Business Builders. It is a way for you to increase your capital. And we do have the Referral Producer Program and the Marketing Reimbursement Program, both ways that you can generate additional dollars to help grow your practice. Through the Referral Producer Program, you can build additional capital for either people that you refer to us, whether they sign contracts, do business, or continue to do business. This is a way we can say thank you, and you can use those dollars for either marketing support or ongoing costs within your practice. We do realize how much it is for you to run a practice, and we want to help share in those costs as you grow your agency. We do have the marketing reimbursement account as well. We pay $100 in marketing reimbursement per $100,000 in premium, either on the fixed index annuity side or the single premium life side of your practice. We do have the new producer bonus program or builder program. It is a way to help grow your production and a way for us to say thank you for joining Insurance Agency Marketing. We have 3 separate levels to the new producer bonus program: $100,000, $300,000, and $500,000 level. This is good for the first 6 months when you join Insurance Agency Marketing Services. Once you choose an item, the program does shut off. You can choose anything from $750 in cash back all the way up to a Ritz-Carlton travel, make your own rewards travel package anywhere within the continental U.S. So you can either choose items to help build and keep your pipeline full, or you can choose something for yourself or to treat yourself like a travel package to somewhere special within the continental U.S. We do have some of the best back office support. We try to save you time and money doing the little things that keep your office running. We either help you with front end business support like case design, forms at your fingertips, life and annuity quotes, expertise in coaching, all the way to reviewing your applications, keeping track of that business, following up on business so that you can do what you do best, which is stay in front of your prospects and continuing writing that business. We do have a creative marketing solutions department. This department is run by Jacob. Sean is also part of that department. They can help you anywhere where you are in your business practice today, whether that is turnkey solutions all the way to digital solutions and agency solutions, whether you're just getting into the business today and you need help with logo support, online newsletters, advertising, all the way to advertising on TV and radio, or the digital solutions out there via Twitter or Facebook marketing to help draw in new prospects and clients alike. We do have the Insurance Agency Marketing website, which is available to you 24/7. We do have term and quoting engines out there on the life insurance side, annuity rates, annuity news, and an annuity grid out there so you can look up information either after hours or on the weekends. It is a sales resource library out there as well that has got tools out there, whether you're looking at or looking up tax information or sales idea or lead generation as well. So it's a huge resource for our advisors, either during business hours or after business hours. We will be covering the Retirement Analyzer today. Again, this is software that is developed by Steve and Brooke. It is developed by agents for agents. They spent a number of years in the field, so they know what you go through on, in, and after appointments, and they've taken that knowledge and put it into the software to help you and your clients, help you grow your business and help your clients through retirement. We do also have here Insurance Agency Marketing Services, our IAMS Wealth Management division. Charles Hearing helps run that division. It is a division that if you want to take a look at possibly getting your Series 65 license, you've considered getting into the securities avenue or the wealth management avenue of your practice. It will help you earn more revenue. It will help you become more marketable and referable as a full service advisor, handle more of your clients' portfolios, stop passing up those assets. It will help you increase retention by limiting clients' exposure to other financial professionals. And our program is really meant to complement existing annuity business, not overhaul it. And our advisors are asset gatherers versus manage relationships, and let us handle the rest. So if you have any questions on that, you can certainly either call Charles or Mike in our IAMS Wealth Management division. We do have our Life and Annuity Academy. This is going to be a 2-day producer training. It is an industry recognized event. Our next event is going to be actually in March of 2019. The tentative dates are going to be set for March 13th, 14th, and 15th. We are going to be covering large life case marketing, annuity marketing, wealth transfer tools. We're going to be talking about the Retirement Analyzer at that event. 4 of our top multi-million-dollar producers are going to be there sharing what they do to keep their pipelines full of prospects, what their sales strategies look like. The next meeting is going to be held down in Dallas, Texas. If you want more information on this event, please give us a call. There is no expense to the advisor. All expenses are going to be covered by Insurance Agency Marketing Services. So what we are looking for is advisors that want to become licensed through Athene in our office. We are looking to help grow your practice in 2019. Again, that meeting will be held in Dallas. No expense to the advisor. If you want more information, all the topics on the screen will be covered, and we will have 4 of our top producers at that meeting in early March. We are currently in the qualification period for our 2019 Marketing Summit, which is going to be held August 25th through the 29th, 2019. In Naples, Florida at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel. The qualification period or invitational period will be January 1, 2018 through June 30th of 2019. Eligibility for that on the annuity side is $3 million of annuity premium. We'll get you to attend that with our top producers or $2.25 million of single premium or any combination thereof. If you have any specific questions on this, again, you can contact our sales department here at Insurance Agency Marketing at 1-800-255-5055. We are going to be holding our Dash for Cash, our final drawing of the year. It is going to be for $6,000 in grand prize drawings. That's going to be held tomorrow at 1 p.m. We're going to have a $3,000, a $2,000, and a $1,000. This is for Equitrust annuity premium or life premium. For every $25,000 that was submitted through our office, you get 1 entry into this drawing. We have been holding this for the entire month of December. For each week, we are pulling a $1,000 winner, and the grand prize drawing is going to be held tomorrow, Friday, December 21st at 1 o'clock, and that's going to be held live on Facebook. So please join us for that grand prize drawing. So what I'm going to do at this point in time is I'm going to turn it over to Steve and Brooke. Again, they have been advisors in the field. They have built this software from the ground up. They have experience with clients. They've taken that knowledge and actually really tied it back into the software itself. Again, I want to thank them for taking time out today. And like I said previously, if you have any questions as we go through the software this morning, please go ahead and ask it. Because we're going to be covering a lot of information this morning. Again, thank you for joining us. And go ahead, Steve. I'm going to turn it over to you and Brooke at this point in time.
Thank you, Marcus. I'll just show my screen when I get a second to do that here. And let me know if you can see it, okay?
I got it.
How does that look? Can you see it okay?
Got it.
All right, great. Thanks. Hey, guys, how are you? Thanks for joining us today. Happy holidays to all. I know it's a crazy week, right? We have year end and everything else going on, but thanks for spending some time with us today. What we're going to do is we're going to talk retirement analyzer. We'll answer some questions at the end if we have some time. But I really just want you to think about it this way, okay? Basically, you know, what do you do in your appointment and how many appointments do you close, okay? What if we said to you that the retirement analyzer was a finishing tool? Okay, do you guys finish with a high enough percentage, I guess is the question. Okay, what if you could possibly answer, what if you could answer any possible what if questions a client has in that appointment real time within a couple of keystrokes? What if you could show them the power of a Roth conversion? But what if you can show them what they should have in their qualified plans now so they don't have a lot of tax risk when they become 70 and a half and have RMD distributions? What if you could show them provisional income and tax on their Social Security? What if you could just show them if they're able to retire on the day that they want to? This is the kind of stuff that we can do here, okay? So financial planners, in our opinion, Brooke and myself, you got to have answers today, okay? And if you don't have answers right away, we're in a fast world here, business-wise. If you don't have them right away and you can't show people or give people answers to their questions right there on the spot, you're at a disadvantage. So what we're going to do is we're going to take you through our tool today. And again, I want you to keep in mind, finish, 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 okay? And basically, and this is the way we look at it, right? If they ask any possible what if question they can, and they might have 20 or 15 or 10 or 2, but if you have answers to all of them, what kind of position are you in? Ask me anything. Software is right in front of us. I can change anything, and I can show you within a couple seconds what you look like if you do this, or if you do that, or if you work a little longer, if we spend a little less, if we contribute a little bit more, if we do some charitable giving to keep our taxation down, anything. Okay, so the sky's the limit in this program. But again, as we go through this, we're going to talk about our training here in a second, but basically think finish, okay? Why would somebody not work with you if you have all the answers? Okay, Brooke?
All right, perfect. And again, welcome everyone. Just a quick few things from an admin, more of a setup side of things. Don't forget you can contact Marcus and he can talk to you about how to get set up for your Retirement Analyzer subscription. I want to go back to what he said too. They have platforms there to help you build logos, really customize your company. That can also filter through to Retirement Analyzer. So you have the ability now to totally skin Retirement Analyzer to make it look like your organization. We have a client portal where it's going to actually send emails out to clients for expense plans and things like that. That branding can trickle through to that client portal as well. So lots of good stuff. Now, if you're working with a team of advisors, that's not a problem either. We have a workstation that we recently launched where your admin staff can log in. They can be able to manage all of the advisors underneath them, et cetera. So lots of solutions for you. As Steve said, we're advisors, we get it. We try to look at, the workflow of the majority of advisors and build platforms to accommodate that. Okay. Now let's go ahead and talk about some of the additional training and support. And Steve, did you want to cover this or?
Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, and then if we have some time at the end, guys, what we'll do is we'll try to show you the workstation that Brooke's talking about. But you might think it's weird that we pop the support up here first, all right? But this is one of our big differentiators. Okay, basically there's software clips throughout the software. I'm sorry, there's clips throughout the software called quick clips, and what that is are going to be 2 or 3 minute recordings on how to use that specific area. Thomas Gold Talk, we can show you when we get into the software. You're able to post online 24 hours a day. We have double trainings here, okay, every day from 10 to 11 Central, okay, and again, this is different. We don't find this anywhere really, where we actually just go in at 10 Central and open up a webinar. And you could just come in and it's all about you that day if you get there first, right? You get there second. We split time, okay, with whoever's in the webinar. But really, we want to help you get your questions answered. So every day from 10 to 11, Monday through Thursday, you have this power hour. And then on Friday, you have this Success in 60. Now, Success in 60, we have about 60 or 70 people in there normally. And we're just talking about issues in the industry and stuff and how people use the software to help clients understand. Okay, so I know, again, I think you probably think it's kind of strange that we put the support up here, but you could have the best software program out there. If nobody knows how to use it and use it effectively, they're not getting the most out of it. Okay, you can talk software, you can talk high tech, everything can look pretty out there. That's great, right? What are you doing with it? Remember, you got to get to finish. And this is why we have these platforms. Brooke, you want to talk the rest? Powerline, virtual, and live bootcamp?
Yeah, absolutely. So Powerline, we have a line that you can call into from 8 to 5 Central every single day. Now, we're not going to help you with product. You need to reach out to IMS for that. But we'll help you with, I've got this product picked out. How do I build it back into the software? That sort of thing. You can see the number there. We also have a virtual track, which is, it's a month-long class. We meet 2 times a week. It's over 12 hours of education. There's a fee of $299 for both the virtual track. We have a live boot camp as well, where we actually have picked 4 locations for 2019 so far. You can see Orlando, Kansas City, San Diego, and Houston is where we'll be meeting in 2019. Now, we cap those classes at 20 people. Okay, so 20 advisors, again, a fee of $299. What that gets you, though, is a day and a half of training and breakfast and lunch both days. You are responsible for your travel accommodations. But lots of stuff training-wise that you guys can access. Now, in the month of December, we have a promo going on where you can get a 15% discount really to all Retirement Analyzer upgrades. Your base Retirement Analyzer package, though, that's the one I said, reach out to IMS because they can get you set up. If you're giving them production, they have, and they're basically going to foot the bill for you. So talk to Marcus, talk to your marketer there, and again, they'll get you set up. Okay,
and Brooke, let me just mention
here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go on. When you're done, I just wanted to mention something about the branding. Go ahead. Sorry.
The branding, you can pay a one-time fee of $349. You can see discounted to $296.65 in the month of December, or you can pay $15 a month. We want this to work for you guys. Okay, there's an advisor video that you can embed on your website. It's really just a promotional video talking about the service that you're going to offer your clients, $84.15. VTT, you can see, is $254.15. That's the month-long virtual training. Admin University is also a month-long virtual training for admin staff only. So those are strictly data entry people. Go ahead, Steve.
Okay, and then software branding, I just wanted to echo with some of what Brooke said, okay? So why do we give you that? And let's bring it to life here. You are now able to share certain parts of the software with the client. Okay, so the client, real simply speaking, the client's able to see Retirement Analyzer now. Okay, now they can either see Retirement Analyzer or they could see your branded version with your logo and your company colors. So it's another chance to touch them or show them or strut your stuff when it comes to your look, your feel, your logo, your colors, things like that. So again, we're going to have a strong push in 2019 to get the clients and possibly the rest of their family, so the next generation down, into this appointment process. Okay, they're going to be able to see the software. The client will have a portal where they can actually sign on and watch things. Brooke and I are looking to put together a deal where they're going to have automatic updates of pricing of their investments. Okay, and that could be either good or bad. We're going back and forth. We're going to give you functionality. We've taken our time here when it comes to tech because we want to do it the right way and we want to do it in simple fashion where people actually get it. Again, I'm going to go back to this. You can have something that looks really sleek, and if people don't understand it, it doesn't really matter. So Brooke and I spent a lot of time at the drawing board making things simple. Okay, so again, we'll show you here when we get into the software how you can actually send the client monthly expense plan out to them via email right from the software. They fill it out in the privacy of their own home and send it back to you, and you can auto-populate it into the software now. That's step one. You're going to be able to share a scenario with them, so not affecting yours, but they'll be able to mess around with the numbers a little bit and see how the financial planning process works. And that's the kind of stuff where branding is beautiful, because they won't see Retirement Analyzer in our colors, which we like, obviously, but they'll see your colors and your logo. Okay? So it's pretty powerful stuff, skinning the software like Brooke says, and being able to show, who you are and where you're from and what you do. Okay?
All right, so let's talk about now, Retirement Analyzer and what we're really here for. Let's jump in. So today we're going to be looking at a sample case. This is just a vanilla type of file. The one thing I want you to know, every advisor says, oh, the word Retirement Analyzer, is this only geared for retirement people? Absolutely not. I'm much younger than Steve. Just kidding, Steve, but I really am.
Just to set the record straight, right? It used to be a lot more than it is today, right?
Oh, Lord. Okay. So I have younger clients. Steve does too. I was just teasing. But basically, you can use this for people that are 20, 30 years old trying to figure out how to even get to retirement, all the way up to people that are retired. Okay, we run every single client through the exact same process. Okay, so that's the first thing. Secondly, advisors want to know, how long is it going to take me to get acclimated? What I would suggest, guys, is download the trial. Again, Marcus can show you how to do that. But use yourself as an example. Plug your numbers in. This program is not rocket science. Okay, it has a very easy look, feel, and flow. Also, you just saw back on that main clients page, we do have an integration with both Redtail and Risklight. So if you're using those programs, we have a free integration with them. Just give us a call and we can get that set up for you. Now, once you're in a sample file, what we're looking at here is Gary and Jenna Brown. You're going to notice we have 3 input tabs, we have 3 output tabs, and then we have 3 solutions tabs. So all of our data entry is happening on tabs 1 through 3. And let's take a quick peek. So tab 1, we want to know, are they working? And if they are, we want to grab that employment information. Okay, one thing I love about our software is it's very easy to show them retirement dates. And in our conversation, when we first sit down with folks, when do you think you want to retire? Now, whether or not that's feasible, we'll be able to show you. But we want, ideally, when they would like to retire on the first run of this. Same thing with Social Security. We can build in advanced strategies if they are planning to do something like that. If it's something more basic, like in this example, they're just going to draw at 70 and continue that benefit for life, fine, we can accommodate that as well. Okay, so we can handle all Social Security type of benefits. Now, pension benefits, you can build in as many as you want. If you have a situation where the pension's not taxed at the state level, guess what? We have all sorts of things hidden under plus info button. You can see this little navy blue button off on the right-hand side there. This is going to house a lot of the extra little detailed information that not everybody wants to look at. So you can see right here in my example, I could uncheck state, click save and close, and it would adjust that in the software. Okay, so that's really tab 1. Now tab 2, move there really quickly. We're going to start looking at retirement account information. So our top section, anything they have set aside for those retirement years, I want to include in this area. Now, additional assets, this is an area where the values are going to be used in our net worth, but they're not going to be allowed to go through spend down. So home values is a very good one to show in this area. Now, SPIAs, we have a section for that in addition to income benefit annuities. We'll show you an example here in just a moment. And down below, we have 2 pie charts. This is where, if you're using a Risklight integration, you're going to see this. You can flip this over to Risklight and look at those Risklight pie charts, or you can use our Retirement Analyzer pie charts. And I tell you what, our pie charts are part of the KISS method, okay? They are simple, and it becomes very easy for the client to see that our left-hand pie chart in this example does not match our right-hand pie chart. We have much more at risk than we really want, okay? So you can very easily go in and start making a quick product recommendation to alleviate the risk problem. Let's scroll back to the top and take a peek how you could do that. right here. We're going to focus on the American fund.
Actually, Brooke, you know what? Well, I can share that in another scenario if that's okay. Is that all right?
Okay. Yeah,
right,
no problem.
Cool. I just wanted to do that. Yeah, okay, got it.
Okay. Okay. No problem. All right. So guys, we'll show you that here in just a second. I also want to point out this client has minimum retirement funds of 40 grand. Now, that's really what does this client always want on reserve? Just make a note of that. Okay? Let's go ahead and move to tab 3. Tab 3 is where we look at expenses. We just recently launched our new expense plan email functionality. So you guys can literally, right out of the software, email a client an expense plan. They can fill it out and click submit, and it sends it back to you, and voila, it jumps into your version of the software. So no more manually keying in budget worksheets. This is awesome. Advisors have been loving this. Hopefully really will streamline again your process. Okay, so budgets are huge. I tell you what, if you look at the mortgage alone and you build in a client's end date on a mortgage and assign a 0% inflation rate to it, that alone can be enough to alleviate a client's red line. It's just huge what this can do for clients. So don't clump a budget, meaning don't just use 10 grand a month and don't look at anything detail-wise with that. I really challenge you to do the extra work and get those budget numbers. Okay? So that is tab 3. All right. Let's now go to tab 6. And on tab 6, this is where you can see a detail of really everything that you entered on those first 3 tabs. Now, in this example, you can see the client's got a lot of fluff. They've got a lot of fluff money here. Steve, do you want to talk about options and what they can do with this?
Yeah, and basically what we're going to do is, this is a good point, right? Because what do you do? Like we have just under 4,000 advisors using the software program, okay? And then sometimes you actually, when you initially gather the information, you get this, and people are ready to walk away. Okay, so let's go through this now. I'm going to show you the 3-step sales process, and I'm just going to touch on it because I'm not going to show you the keystrokes, okay? But I'm going to show you how it works, though. If we go to our reports and print page, what this is going to do is going to show you all the scenarios I have built in for Gary and Jen and Brown. And I want you to concentrate on something now. Remember, we said we're going to remember finishing, right? How do we finish? So when I go to this reports and print page, just give it a second to load here. Okay, what it's going to do is it's going to actually show me all of the scenarios, and I'll be able to compare, because what do clients want to do? They want to compare, and they want to see if you can make the situation better. My software is running just a little bit slow here. Hang on. Just give it 1 second here. All right, here we go. So watch this now, okay? And every one of these is a scenario. So I can do whatever I want. So I think it's important to say at this juncture is that it's this, right? You put the scenario, the information in one time. You're not going to, every time you create a scenario, you don't just populate the information again and go through and type it in. So what I've done here, let's make it real simple, right? I've gathered the initial information here, okay? What I've done, and then they're running out of funds at age 84. Okay, now I've made some suggestions. Why? Because advisors are supposed to be paid for their advice, right? We use products to enhance. That's great. All right, but let's try to help these people to a better retirement. And if they can retire 3 years later, they start Social Security at 70 instead of 65 and contribute $6,500 to Roths while they're working. Look how much better. So what's the client looking at? Looking at 2045, red, bad, right? 2061. 16 years later, no red, good. I mean, I know we're talking in real simple terms here, but we have a world that has the attention span of a gnat. So let's stay simple. They're comparing this red number here 16 years earlier to this non-red number here, 200,000 plus, if they happen to make it to age 100. Okay, now this is just an offshoot scenario, but I'm going to leave this over here. I'm building my sales process right here. I can make as many of these 4-line charts as possible as long as I note what I did to get there. Okay, so again, not good. 3 recommendations, better. And then if I add a product to enhance, I do it. Now, if the product doesn't enhance, we don't add it. We don't add it. So you see what I did? I alleviated the red, and then I took this 207 number and basically doubled it, more than doubled it, right? With what? Adding 200,000 to move 200,000 from mutual funds to an income benefit annuity, 10-year deferral, begin income in December of 28, 10 years from now. You will be amazed, okay? And listen, we're not trying to shove annuities down people's throats and make them buy them when they shouldn't buy them. You'll be amazed at that people buying the numbers and the objections that just totally disappear when you show it something like this. Now, in this case, the 1697 was a guaranteed number. So I don't need any kind of amazing stock market performance to turn on income here. But look, I mean, is this simple enough for you? Which one do you like? Running out of money if you live past 84? Change your whole lifestyle? Having money left and you know your big problem here is deciding who to give it to? Good problem. And even more if we actually take out some of the risk or whatever and actually turn on income at some point. So you see what we're saying? Like the objections, they disappear because they're buying outcomes. And that's what we want you to understand here, okay? Products are products. It's our job to make sure we select the right product. And trust me, that's important. Okay, but to try to teach people all the inner workings of a product, you're going to have a hard time today. They got 8 million things going on. Okay, 20 things in the space of one. Different world today. Brooke and I understand that. So let's keep it to the simple points of comparison, and that's what we have here. And everything you did was noted here, and that's where we want it to. That's where we want it to go. That's where we want it to be. That'll give you your best chance of finishing. Now, Brooke, I was hoping maybe we talk about life over fund, whatever, max fund of UL, and then maybe the Roth conversion. Maybe we could just jump into the files and just show the three-stepper here. I think they're all built.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look. And the nice thing is, Retirement Analyzer is product neutral. So whether you're trying to show that income benefit annuity or whether you want to implement a concept like the overfunded life or the max funded life, let's take a peek. It can handle any and all products, guys. So in this example, we sit down with the client. Unfortunately, they're running out of money in 2045 at 83 and 85. We can see that right there. We went in, we itemized that budget, and look at what that did. That pushed the red line completely out of the picture. I mentioned how powerful that is earlier. This is really just a testament to that. Now, in step 3, what we did in this example is we took $100,000 and put it into a TD Ameritrade, or moved it from a TD Ameritrade account into a life insurance policy. We did that over a 5-year period. Okay. Now, in this example, the client was contributing $700 a month to a 401k that was not matched. Now, if that's matched, different ballgame. But in this example, it was not matched. Okay. So we said, you know what? We're going to move the TD Ameritrade account. We're going to take the $700 that was going to the 401k and funnel that also to the life insurance policy. We're going to defer it for 12 years. And due to that, it's going to kick off policy loans starting in 2030 of $2,233 a month. And guys, look at what this did to the retirement funds. They went from running out of money at 83 and 85 to now we have over 1.4 million left at age 100. So it's a huge win for the client. Now, the other thing that's really awesome with the overfunded life is you can go in and on tab 4 of our software, you can turn the taxes up. So if in 2026 you want to show the tax increase or, illustrate that, you can literally go in and crank the taxes up. And you can see how because of that tax-free income, there's very little effect. So lots of things like that you can do. Steve, anything to add there?
Well, you know what I'd like to do? It's interesting that you mentioned that. Let's go into the conversion file, which I have set up for you here, and we can talk about the taxes changing here. Would you go through that if you don't mind? I'm going to jump to the reports and print and just show the different outcomes here, though, on the left-hand side and the difference in taxation. If we could touch on that, that would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, in this example, we start out, they're running out of money later in life, though, not a huge problem in this file. Now, in step 2, we can see the projected tax was $328,893. Okay. And Steve, do you want to go into the file and actually show them?
We can. Okay, let's do it though. But I just want to, let me just run through this just really quickly though, Brooke, for a second. Okay, so if they do nothing, okay, now they might be okay, right? They might be okay. They're going to say to you, well, you know what? I don't make it to age 100. All right, fine. But look at the tax that they're scheduled to pay if you do nothing. And this is the big selling point here. Look, and our program will show you this. 551, 369. Where do you see it? I'll show you. Watch. This is where you have the power to do it, right? I'm going to go to the tax tab. And again, we have a lot more than just what we're showing you now, but I'm going to show you the cumulative tax chart right here. And you can see the 551, 369 there. That's what I'm scheduled to pay in my lifetime. My wife and I, or a single person, wherever it is, right? If I'm the client, that's how much I'm scheduled to pay. So what you're able to show here, watch this, you're able to start to drop that by doing Roth conversions. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the Roth conversion, and because of my tax savings now, I dropped it by about, what, $220,000, $230,000, $25,000, something like that. I dropped it. And look how, because of that, look how much money I have left now at age 100. So they might not perceive this, as a problem, but it is. It is. If you happen to, what about building estate, legacy, things like that? And within a couple of small, I mean, Brooke and I make these overly simple, where they just point of comparison. So here, what would you do? Would you stay with this one, or would you convert and have this one and have your tax liability drop by what, $223,000 or whatever? Now you can do these in our program with paying the penalty or without paying an early penalty before 59 and a half. So the one thing you'll find in our program, and so they're looking at this versus this versus this. See? And you want to talk simple? It's simple, right? We've taken concepts, and if you really want to get into, what we're doing and stuff like that, let's open it up, and we'll show you how. If you want to get detailed, there's buttons to get detailed. Okay, you can go into the pre-retirement tab right here, and any year you want. If I open it up and say 2024, I could find out. Watch this. With my salaries and stuff, I could find out what my gross income is, and I put my mouse over it. It's going to show the salary. The taxable withdrawals happen to be a $50,000 Roth conversion that we were doing, and then there's some 1099 interest. And we go through the whole taxing process every year. You want it, it's here. It's here. It'll show you the bracket you're in, the rate you paid, and the state rate you pay. Total taxation here, right here. We do FICA's, Social Security, and Medicare. All the limits are in. 128,400 taxable wage base. It's all in here. Okay, so our whole goal here with the way we design this software is for you to have a good experience with your clients, realizing that under the hood, all the stuff that needs to be taken into consideration is taken into consideration. And that's what we do here. You need to have a good experience, and I got to tell you, I apologize for this, but we're in a simple world. You got to keep it simple. Again, you got your engineer clients. We can show you exactly what to do with an RMD tracker. You could go in here and you could look at RMDs, cumulative tax on your RMDs, and any year you want. You can print any year you want. You want to talk about the accounts and how they move? Account tracker, same thing, right? It'll show you every account you have, what from today up until death, what it does. Do we draw it down? Does it disappear? What it makes, inflows, outflows, charges, fees, everything. But again, it all comes back to this simple look, though.
Steve, there's a question out here that if there's a tax change in the mid part of the year, is your software going to adjust?
Well, just to let you know, on January 2nd this year, we had the new Trump taxes in. So as soon as they came out and we got confirmed of that, before everybody went back to work, we had them in there. So we'll update for taxes, but I think Brooke mentioned this earlier. You can actually do some things here where you can actually increase the brackets. Let's say when the Trump taxes are supposed to expire, let's say you have a 50% increase in bracket. Now watch what happens here. The 10 goes to 15, the 12 goes to 18. You can actually put that into play. Okay, there's all kinds of things you can do. We have this thing called a bracket tracker now. It's kind of neat too, right? This here shows you how much of the bracket you're filling up in any given year. Okay, so how much room do you have? In this case, these guys here, right, they could be retired, and that's why they have no income. They might have started Social Security till 2035. You can see this. You can look at this with clients. You can print this. Well, and I know I'm jumping around here, but net worth statements. You want to see the net worth? Just click it, and it prints a really nice net worth statement. And I think, and you could see the retirement assets that Brooke talked about. She also talked about additional assets. We don't want these part of the drawdown process. We want to just leave these and pass them, but we'll use these to supplement our income. But you can see the whole net worth, and if you do a printout, you can see basically everything prints to PDF. Any part of the software can be printed, and look what you have. You got a real nice one-page net worth statement for the client. Brooke, do you want to talk about Bennett? Do you think we can talk about Bennett Tracker a little bit, partner? Can we do that just in the printouts and stuff, if that's okay? And then the multi-generational?
Yeah, absolutely, guys. So on tab 2, we have a Bennett Tracker that will allow you to go in and do a full beneficiary review for clients. And I tell you what, it's amazing when you look through their accounts at how not often people review this information. They can still have ex-wives or husbands as beneficiaries. It's a mess. So I would encourage you again to offer that service. You can track it all right here in Retirement Analyzer. You can print out nice reports that show not only the beneficiaries today, but it will show you dollar amount wise what they would inherit as well, so they can see that. So lots of good stuff the Retirement Analyzer has to offer. I think really, guys, my whole thing here is I would encourage you, just give it a try. Why wouldn't you? We have a free trial. There's all sorts of things for you to access to get a feel for what the program has to offer.
One other thing I want to just show you too is this though. If you actually are making a move on an asset or whatever, if I click the plus information here, right, and I open it up and I come down here, you are now able to actually take the statement for that specific asset and you can open it up. This is an illustration, but just picture, right? If you basically have all of these assets here, you can come in here, and as you get, let's say it's an annuity, okay? Let's say it's an annuity. If it is, right, an indexed annuity, we can come in here and all the, in this case, the Athene statements, right, as you get them, drag them right in here. 2016, 2017, 2018. They're right here. They fit right next to the asset. There's an archive here where you can archive all your goals and your notes. If I click this, right, goals, notes, you can actually bring statements over, important information, almost like a vault type thing. Okay, you can drag anything in. This is stuff that's stored for you. You can see there's all kinds of stuff here. Any scenarios that you run and you want to archive, you can. Any kind of printouts, you can bring them up here. Okay, so it's more than just just an income planning software program. It's written in logical fashion, and it helps you to understand. It goes step by step, and we, as I said before, we spend a lot of time on making it logical, simple feel, and really just putting it together in step by step form. So. Should we talk? Do we have a couple more minutes, Marcus, or no? Brooke, you want to talk a little bit about life, long-term care, and market correction just real quick, or no?
Yeah, we sure can. So we covered a lot of the, income benefit annuities, asset type of things today, but don't forget that we have tab 7, 8, and 9, which are really where you're going to be able to stress test a client's plan. So tab 7 is going to allow you to show the death of a spouse and how that affects the remaining spouse. The thing I love about tab 7 is it's going to crunch a ton of numbers under the hood for you. So it's flipping all of the income streams around based on what would happen if somebody died. And it's going to show you not only the death benefit needed, though, to protect the remaining spouse. So it's no longer a question mark there. It's like I said, giving you the exact numbers. Now, tab 8 is going to allow you to do something similar. It's really taking what they're doing today and then saying, you know what if one of you enters a long-term care facility? This is probably the one that can wipe out a financial plan faster than anything. Just absolutely demolishes the retirement funds often. So you can illustrate that, be able to go in, show those facility costs, etc. Okay, and then tab 9 is where we show market comparisons. So if there's something, another downturn in the market, what would that do to their plan? You can illustrate that sequence of returns right here. We've got a lot of new enhancements that will be launched the first part of 2019 for tab 9 as well. So we're going to do some stuff with geometric mean and some things like that. Any other things you want to touch on there, Steve?
No, I think that's about it. But I got to tell you though, so this is going to, again, our whole goal here, help you have a great experience, in your client appointments, in your client relationship, lifelong. Okay, Brooke and I, you saw in the beginning, we do what you do. Okay, but we don't have time to do what you do anymore. Okay, so we're doing what we do now, and that's to give you a solution that's up to date, cutting edge, and it's going to help you really just get into what's important, with the client, and again, right, help you finish, right, and help you take care of that client for the rest of their lives. And Brooke and I made a conscious decision a while ago. We can touch people in our book of business and our client base, but we can touch a heck of a lot more people if we help advisors help people. And really, that's what keeps me going, and I think that's what keeps Brooke going. So if we can change the world that way and help as many people help, as many clients as possible. And that's really what we want to do here. It's really not that hard, guys. You take the jargon and you simplify it. And let me just say one last thing, and then I'll shut up, okay? Basically, right, you know this by heart now. A lot of people work, right? Most people are going to have Social Security if it's still there. Some have a pension. You'll know this in your head. They have retirement assets. You talk risk and rate of return, and you talk a monthly budget or monthly expense plan, and that's it. That's the basics. There's all kinds of nuances, charitable giving, long-term capital gains, all kinds of stuff like that. But the base is the same. You do it 2 or 3 times over, 4 times over, you start to feel comfortable with it. I think you'll enjoy it if you give it a shot. I got nothing left, Marcus.
Can you touch a little bit on the locker and some of the advertising pieces you guys have already created? I'm getting a couple of questions on that part of it.
Yes, absolutely. So the locker houses all of the surrounding material, and what you guys can see is we have all sorts of recorded training, but in the middle door, we've got all sorts of materials. So if you are looking for appointment forms and things of that nature, go ahead and click right there. All sorts of documents. Now, under the fact pack section, I love these as well. These fact packs are basically just one-page informational pieces. You can see all of the different topics, and you can print these out. I have every single one of them laminated, and I keep them in my briefcase. So if you're trying to pull, contribution information, or like in this one, Social Security information, it's showing you the max earnings of a client 62 and wanting to draw Social Security, for example. They cannot earn over $17,040 without having to discount their Social Security $1 for every $2 earned. So stuff like that on these informational packs. So check them out. Lots of good stuff in that locker.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Go ahead.
One last thing, too. We also have these things called sector sessions. And let me just touch on this now. I just want to show you this training calendar really quick. So if you click calendar right here, okay, you can see our training calendar here now. The second Tuesday of the month normally, right? This was different in December. We have this thing called a sector session, okay? And what we do is we actually take a spot in the software and we just really do a deep dive into that section for 45 minutes to an hour. So we just got off the monthly expense plan and emailing it out, okay, this Tuesday, before today. And so what we also have is we have these things called functionality forums. And what are they? They are basically, you bring your requests to us and we just discuss them. If enough people want it, Brooke and I, we're pretty nimble when it comes to programming, we'll give you the functionality, right? We're looking for everybody's opinion. We bring it all together into the book of best practices, and that's what we're looking for. So we really do listen, guys, and we open up all kinds of time to do that. So I don't know if you find that everywhere, but it's important to us, though.
Now, real quick, I appreciate your time this morning, Brooke and Steve, to touch on how you get access to the software through insurance agency marketing. What we're looking for is advisors that are licensed through some of our core carriers and currently writing business. We're looking at about $250,000 to $300,000 on an annual basis, and we'll pick up all the costs for the materials, the access to the software, and the support, which isn't a lot of business to cover all those expenses. Plus, you'll have access to me. I can help you with the software. You can call directly into Retirement Analyzer and get support that way as well. If anyone else has any other questions, please feel free to go out and log them on now at this point in time. If you want information on our Life and Annuity Academy, again, call in the office, talk to the sales directors here. The number here is 1-800-255-5055. if for any reason you got pulled away from the webinar this morning, I will certainly give you a call after the webinar this morning. I'll be more than happy to get you out a recorded copy of this session. But at this point, I don't show any other questions this morning. So Brooke and Steve, I certainly do appreciate your time. I appreciate everyone's time this morning. And at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and close it up. Do you guys have anything to add before we go?
Happy holidays, happy and safe holidays to all. That's all I have to say.
All right.
Second that. Take care, everyone.
All right. Thank you. You bet. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.